Have you heard about galaxy gas? It's basically being used as the new term for whippets. And if you don't know what whippets are, then you are probably too young to be watching this video, and this shouldn't apply to you anyway. But for those of you who just really don't know what whippets are, they're basically canisters of compressed nitrous oxide. It's also a British breed of dog, but sadly that's not what we're talking about today. You might know nitrous oxide a bit better by its nickname laughing gas, the sedative that doctors and dentists use. Maybe you know it as NOS from the Fast and the Furious movies. You know, the gas that they shoot into their engines to make their cars go like 200 miles an hour?
I need NOS.
It can also be found in ordinary whipped cream canisters that you get at the grocery store, which I believe is the origin of why it's even called a whippet. You see, whippets are a type of inhalant drug. The drug gets its name from whipped cream aerosol canisters that people open to misuse the gas inside. You know, when you get to the end of a can of whipped cream and you press on the nozzle, a little bit of air will still expel from the end of it. Well, that's not air, that's nitrous oxide, and that's what causes the whipped cream to come out in such a fluffy form. That leftover nitrous oxide at the bottom of the can is the stuff that people have been abusing for years. People will put their mouths around the nozzle and huff this stuff. Nitrous oxide cuts off oxygen to the brain, creating a euphoric high that lowers your mental and physical pain. And unless you're in a controlled environment, it's absolutely horrible for you. I'll talk more about the side effects later, but just trust me, you do not want to do this stuff. Please don't. But when you think about it, by the time you get to the bottom of a full can of whipped cream, there's not that much nitrous oxide left at the bottom of the can. So while it is still really bad for you, the effects could still be minimal. But imagine if you were able to buy an entire can of just the nitrous oxide. A can 3-4 times the size of the whipped cream canister even. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can. But I'm assuming a lot of you already know this because TikTok has far and away beat me to this. The brand is called Galaxy Gas, and it was founded in 2021. They advertise their products as premium flavored whipped cream chargers. Basically, this is just a can full of compressed nitrous oxide. Galaxy Gas supposedly and inherently is not made to be used as a whippet though. In fact, let's go through the process of what they actually expect people to use this stuff for. So first of all, this is for whipped cream. It's supposed to make your whipped cream fluffier and add flavor to it as it's coming out of the dispenser. So to add to this, you also need a whipped cream dispenser, which is an extra charge. So once you've got your whipped cream in the dispenser, you take out your bottle of Galaxy Gas and quickly attach your pressure regulator that I'm sure we all have just laying around. We all have pressure gauge regulators just sitting on our counters. If you want their version, that is sold separately as well, on top of the dispenser and the Galaxy Gas itself. So that's cool. That's another charge. If you want it to actually work, you have to buy all of it. Did I mention how expensive the canisters are, by the way? So basically, you connect the pressure regulator to the Galaxy Gas, then you run some soft tubing that looks like it would either go in like a PC build or a fish tank between the Galaxy Gas and the whipped cream dispenser. You then fill the whipped cream dispenser, constantly checking the pressure gauges on your Galaxy Gas to make sure that nothing's gonna explode. Then after a few seconds, you detach the Galaxy Gas, shake the whipped cream dispenser, and voila, here's the end result. Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a little fluffier than normal whipped cream. I wouldn't say it was worth hundreds of dollars to get it that way, but, you know, I don't know. But this is my point. How many people do you think are getting up every day and doing this process? I have a strong feeling the number is quite slim. But you're telling me this shit's sold out everywhere? They're on websites, sold out. Walmart, yes, you could buy this stuff at Walmart. Yeah, I was gonna say it was sold out, but it seems that you could actually purchase a 6-pack of the mango smoothie flavor for the low price of just $250, which is honestly a good segue into my next point. The fact that they are making these things flavored in a way that doesn't sound awful is honestly kind of funny to me. I mean, look at this. They have watermelon flavor, orange creamsicle, vanilla cupcake. Yum, dude. Vanilla cupcake whipped cream might actually be pretty good. Orange creamsicle whipped cream? Might have to try that. Might need to get my hands on some Galaxy Gas real quick. The reason I find it so funny is because nitrous oxide is known for being both colorless and tasteless. So up until this point, when people people would do whippets, it was pretty much just for the feeling. But now, you can experience brain damage and the taste of cinnamon roll all at the same time. Now, doesn't that just sound like fun? Speaking of brain damage, let's talk about some of the side effects that misusing nitrous oxide can cause. So like I said, in the short term, it gets you high. I'm pretty sure you could have put that together at this point though. Users report feeling joyful, happy, and excited. According to some people, it causes your mind to feel separate from your body, almost as if it's floating. Your ability to sense things such as pain, sound, or touch is drastically lowered, and it's possible to even have visual or auditory hallucinations, although that is more common when it is paired with other drugs. Now, those are the good side effects that you could get from doing this. Here are some of the real problems that it can bring about. I'll just read off the list. Dizziness, tiredness, weakness in the legs, irregular heartbeat, nausea, vomiting, the list goes on. And if you're wondering about long-term health effects, doing whippets can lead to things like brain damage, liver damage, hearing loss, kidney damage or failure, a lack of oxygen or breathing problems, heart rate disruption, and the list goes on. I also know that people can develop extreme nerve damage throughout their entire body from doing this. So, still sound like a fun time? Now you may be wondering, why is this stuff legal? Well, like I said before, nitrous oxide has a lot of practical uses. It's used in hospitals, it's used by mechanics, and it's also used for food products. But using these canisters for recreational purposes is completely illegal. In fact, in many states, you can be fined and or jailed for violating inhalant laws, such as selling these inhalants to minors or inhaling them yourself. I wish I could only blame the consumer for this issue as well, but it's really not entirely their fault. Obviously, addiction is its own thing, and it's up to you to get through that yourself. You've brought that upon yourself a lot of the time, but I don't think a company should aid in helping the addiction move along faster. The people over at Galaxy Gas HQ have got to know what they're doing. They know exactly who they're selling these products to. Even if they do advertise to a completely different demographic, they know who's buying this stuff. And I really do think it's scummy of them to continue aiding in the addiction cycle like this. If they really were a good company, I think they'd try to put more measures into place to keep this out of the hands of people that will abuse it. They definitely wouldn't sell it at some smoke shops. You gotta fact check me on that. I don't know for sure if that's true, because I thought it was illegal to sell stuff like that in a smoke shop, but I have seen comments of people saying that they have seen it in smoke shops before, so let me know if you've ever seen it in a smoke shop. I don't spend much time in smoke shops, so. This might be a good time to say, by the way, that I've never done anything like this in my entire life. This would scare the shit out of me to even attempt, even if I was with my friends, so I've never even considered doing it. I do dabble with a bit of the devil's lettuce from time to time, but I live in California and I'm 23, so we are good on all fronts there. I just can't believe this is another thing becoming popular in part because of TikTok. You can literally look up videos on TikTok of people huffing galaxy gas and genuinely tweaking on camera. And the videos have millions of views, hundreds of thousands of likes. So the algorithm is pushing this content to people. It's not like blocking it or shadow banning the accounts posting it, which is kind of odd to me. I feel like that's what you'd think would be blocked on TikTok. An app primarily full of kids. Even on YouTube, the same videos and shorts are posted with hundreds of thousands of views. I don't think you can really even smoke weed on YouTube without getting demonetized. So, can't smoke on camera, but you are allowed to destroy your brain cells real time with zero penalties whatsoever. Sounds fair to me. Apparently another term on TikTok for this is chroming. Maybe it's not just a TikTok term, but that's what the challenge on TikTok that's going around is called. The chroming challenge. But I'm assuming chroming is just another term for whippets. From what I can find, the chroming challenge on TikTok refers to the act of inhaling fumes from a toxic source, such as an aerosol can, a spray deodorant, or a paint container. I'm assuming they mean like spray paint when they say paint container. A teenage girl in Ireland recently passed away from what is thought to be causes related to this trend.
So in light of recent news stories that I woke up to this morning, I thought I'd talk about chroming and the effects that I've seen chroming have on people's brains. From the news report, a 13-year-old girl has unfortunately passed away after suffering a cardiac arrest from chroming.
If that in itself doesn't ward you away from doing this kind of stuff, I don't know what else will. Don't do stupid TikTok challenges just because you think it'll be funny. I know there's nothing I can say or do, or really anyone can say or do, to make this problem go away. Whippets have been around longer than anyone you know. They just haven't always been so easily accessible. It needs to be harder to get your hands on this kind of stuff. There needs to be like a limit of how much you can buy in one sitting or something. Like I don't know how they do it exactly, but they need to figure something out. Yes, you do have to be 21 to purchase Galaxy Gas at the store. I'm fully aware of this. But is that really the only restriction that the stuff should have? If it can kill people? If there's something that people want, they figure out a way to get it. It doesn't matter if they're under 21. They can pay someone that is 21 to just go buy it for them and then hand it off to them. It happens all the time with alcohol, I'm sure. I don't know why this would be any different. Let's be honest, I'm pretty sure both the company producing Galaxy Gas and any store selling Galaxy Gas knows exactly who's buying this stuff, and they're fully for it, because they know that they're going to get a lot of sales. They don't really care about who is buying this stuff. They just care about their bottom dollar. And I hate that that is just a well-known thing in the world these days. It just sucks. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Thank you all so much to the new subs that have been coming in recently, and anyone that watches every video that I post. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you. So welcome in, all the new faces. If you liked the video and you're not subbed, maybe consider doing it yourself. I'd really appreciate it. Also leave a like, helps a ton with the algorithm. And yeah, bye.